You know, before Augusta had subdivisions with nice names, it had neighborhoods with nicknames. And like many nicknames, they weren't always so sweet. There was Pinch Gut and Frog Hollow and Cowtown. But pretty much if you told someone you were going to Lick Skillet or Dublin, they knew what you meant. Back in 1946, Mary Carter Winter, one of the Chronicle's foremost reporters, set out to detail the city's former neighborhoods, perhaps because many of the old residences had been torn down for business use. Some of the names she simply reported, offering no geographic boundaries: Fox's Bottom, Splinterville, Goat Hollow, The Island, Gold Dust, and Thank God Alley. And then there's Pinch Gut. Pinch Gut is pretty much what we call Old Town. In the 1840s, when Augusta experienced one of its bad floods, residents in the neighborhood down on Lower Broad were cut off by rising water and marooned without food. A man on a boat rowing through the soggy neighborhood noticed the hungry look of small children without anything to eat and remarked on their pinched gut appearance. Those people weren't always hungry, however. Many eventually moved to the hill. Maybe that explains the long rivalry between boys from the city's lower section of town and the young men from its highest. It was perhaps Augusta's first gang rivalry. Sometimes they would throw bricks, and sometimes they wouldn't. And I'll tell you about that when I come back. Now, the Shake Rag neighborhood was roughly from 5th to 7th and from Fenwick Street down to what was then Gwinnett, what we now call Laney Walker Boulevard. And there was only one way to deal with the boys from Shake Rag: run. And that's how they got the nickname. There would be those shirt tails flapping in the breeze as they fled from the guys that were as mean as any in town. Cowtown was over by Magnolia Cemetery, Winter said, where many of the city folks like to keep cattle, their personal mini dairies. The Dublin neighborhood had Augusta's large Irish population and was roughly around 7th to 9th to Fenwick, near what is today's downtown post office. Next to it, and heading west, was the community of Canaan. Winter said she had no idea how this promised land got its name, but former historian Ed Cashin once pointed out that there had been a Jewish synagogue nearby. Frog Hollow was the area around what is now University Hospital. Even today when it rains, the water backs up and we can see why the frogs like it. The Harrisburg section, which today is rather large, used to be just the area to the east of the Augusta Canal on the downtown side of King Mill. To the west side of Sibley Mill was Lick Skillet. Why did they call it Lick Skillet? The people over there liked to fish. They liked to eat the fish. I can't think of a better choice for a better nickname. Can you?